Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Om Shanti 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 And when you feel complete, slowly open your eyes. What is the meaning of Brahma Akshar? What is the meaning of the topic? It's not the Hindi Akshar. It's a Sanskrit Akshar.
Something that never ends.
Indestructible. That which is indestructible. You know the Hindi word share? Share means to kill. To kill. To defeat. To destroy. Yeah? Akshay means that which cannot be destroyed. Akshay has come from the root word Akshar. Akshar is the Sanskrit root. Got it? Brahma Akshar. Now who Brahma? Brahma the creator?
Brahman consciousness.
Brahman consciousness, not Brahma the creator. You should have kept another name, no? For Brahma. Kitna confusion hua hai.
For those who know, there is no confusion.
Yeah, those who know, they know. Yeah, so, Brahman consciousness is indestructible. Yeah. What is Arjuna's first question? What is Arjuna's first question? Who is Brahman? Right? Yeah. And that's how this particular Gita begins with the question, who is Brahman or what is Brahman? Yeah. That is the beginning of this Gita. That is why the name is Brahma Akshar Yoga. And because it begins with that question, the entire Gita is just on the Brahman consciousness and the explanation of Brahman consciousness. So Brahman consciousness is that which gave birth to
Everything.
Purusha and Prakriti. Yeah? So that is why the description of Purusha is there, the description of Prakriti is there, and the details of what they are called at different levels, all the different levels that exist at Purusha will also be explained. Got it? Yeah? So this is completely a description of the Brahman consciousness. That is what this chapter is about. Got it? Name, title, clear? Let's do the first sutra. Arjuna's question this is, Kim tad Brahma kim adhyatmam
Kim tad Brahma kim adhyatmam
Kim karma purushottam
Kim karma purushottamam
Adhibhutam cha kim proktam
Adhibhutam cha kim proktam
Adidaivam kim uchyate.
Adidaivam kim uchyate.
So, kim tad Brahman? What is or who is Brahman? Kim adhyatma?
What is adhyatma?
What is adhyatma or what is spirituality? Kim karma purushottam? Kim karma? What is karma? O Purushottam. What is the meaning of Purushottam? Uttam Purush means great person or great man. Yeah, best man, okay. Adhibhutam Chakim Proktam. What is Adhibhut? Adhi Daivam Kimuchyate. What is Adi Daivam? We've heard these words before. Remember in Upanishads we discussed there are three akashas. What are they? And you are only saying one only to me. And the first one, most important, where you are. Bhutakash, Chittakash and Chidakash. Remember we discussed this before?
Yeah.
He's so cute. याद आया थोड़ा सा? हाँ? What is Bhutakash?
Plain magic.
Where all the physical creatures, whether living or non-living, that space in which all the physical beings are. Bhut Akash. Simple. We understand it because we are here. Bhutakash is
Plane of all.
physical realm of existence. English. Yeah, physical realm of existence. Bhut Akash. But understand, Akash means what? The space. Yeah, so physical space of existence. Literal translation, actually takes the thing away. But yeah, got it? In Bhut Akash, everything that is there, what do you know it as? What is it called? One word for it.
Prakriti.
Prakriti. The principle that is behind this creation, this physical realm of existence, that principle is called Adhibhut. Understood? The principle behind the creation of the material beings, living or non-living, that principle, that tattva is called Adhibhut. What is the next Akash? We'll explain more in it. It will open up. Chittakash. What is Chittakash? What is Chitta? Mind. Yeah. So, what do you know it as? Yoga Vashishta people. First, when we came out of the pool of consciousness, first what was there?
Ego.
Yeah. So, what is it? In who does the I come?
Purusha.
Perfect. It is the Purusha. Yeah, it is the subtle body. Remember? Yeah. So, Purusha. The subtle body or Purusha is in the Chittakash. Chittakash, the realm of the mind, or the realm of that which has come out of the ignorance. That which said, I am different, was the Purusha. Then the Purusha said, I am earth, I am water, I am fire. Then took on the physical. So the physical happened after the Purusha got deluded. The realm in which this Purusha lives, yeah, that realm of delusion is called Chittakasha. Clear? जहाँ confusion हो जाता है, you have stepped into Chittakasha. Yeah? In meditation, when you did the death process, you stepped into that silence. Where have you stepped back into? Chittakasha. What is Chittakasha?
Brahman.
Beautiful. Brahman consciousness. Not Lord Brahma. Brahman consciousness. We did the principle for Bhutakasha and Prakriti is called Adhibhut. Yeah? The principle for Chittakasha or Purusha is called Adhidaiva. And Chittakasha, the realm of Brahman consciousness. What is it? Adi Yajna. Then what is Adhyatma? What was the sutra? What did Guruji tell you? What is Adhyatma?
That's your nature.
Perfect. Understanding I am this principle, Adi Yajna, is Adhyatma. That understanding. Yeah? So you can put it here. If you want. Yeah? Adhyatma is my swabhava. Prabhava is
External. Prabhava.
yeah, what he tells me, what she tells me, what this person says. Prabhava, external. Yeah. What Guruji tells me is that Prabhava, Swabhava, it is still Prabhava. It is still coming from external. What is Swabhava? From within I understand. My experience when I understand that I am Adi Yajna, that principle, yeah, that tattva, that is Adhyatma.
Is it also when you understand something from your own and you become that the clarity dawns?
Absolute clarity dawns, yes. Not necessary you have to follow Guru. Yes, some people, there have been saints who have not followed somebody, but they themselves were so rich with jnana that from within it came. Yeah. So then when that comes from within, it is their swabhava jnana. And then clarity.
Really, one more question. So, when in the Prabhava, for example, something happens and we become Prabhavi. So, is the karma created then if we act according to that, then it falls under that? Like, there's some situation, you are completely ignorant, you don't have viveka to discriminate. But due to some Prabhava, you actually believe whatever they said. So, that at that time, is the karma created? If yes, then how can we identify?
If you're attached, karma is not created by your action. We've discussed this n number of times, guys. How is karma created?
Attention.
If I'm attached to that action, if I crave, want, cling, yeah, that clinging creates a karma. Yeah, or I'm averse, I don't want, I reject. That creates an impression, a karma. Guruji used a word, chap. Yeah, very nice. It is really opens up something. Yeah, it's like a chap. How will the chap come? Yeah, it's like a stamp. Now I have to really work hard to erase that. How do I erase it?
Again,
I remove the object that created the problem for me. Jayashri created problem. Out Jayashri. Will that solve the problem? Chap is still there. Yeah. Chap was created because of sense of sight of seeing Jayashri. Okay, I'll break my eyes and become blind. Is it going to go? So the sense is not the problem. The sense object is not the problem. What is the problem? Confusion is at the level of Chittakasha. The only solution is to move from Chittakasha to Chidakasha. And how will you be able to make this journey happen? Okay, I meditate. Does Jayashri go away?
Being established in that silence.
And
Understanding. Practice.
yeah, working on clearing these concepts that I have created. Yeah, that what was my first concept? The root of my cause is the sense object, Jayashri. Whatever your root is, you see. You've held on to that. You're thinking that is the cause of misery. Yes, this is confusion. You're holding on to sense object has to be dropped. Yeah. Then thinking, oh, it is my senses. For example, you watch a lot of TV. What do? No, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch. What is this? I'm suppressing what? My senses. Yeah. Is it going to work? Doesn't work, no? Ask an alcoholic, ask a smoker. Yeah. What do they try to suppress? The sense. That does not work. Where does the change have to happen? Not at the level of the sense object, not at the level of the sense. It has to happen internally. Yeah. So now let's move internally. What is it that pulls me in that direction? For example, whatever your addiction is, TV, Facebook, smoking, drinking, talking, gossiping, lying, whatever it is.
happiness and pleasures.
Desire.
Desire comes from where?
Because of your attachment. Your
Memory.
or your dvesha.
Perfect. So memory. I have a past memory. Yes. This particular sense object gave me sukha or dukkha. Yeah. Jayashri gave some sukha. It is sitting in my memory box. Yeah. Now that suddenly comes up. It kicks something. What is that something? Guruji used that word today. It's okay, it's not in your notes. He just said it in one line. It kicks your chetana. What is chetana? Awareness. So let's draw a graph of awareness. Yeah. Suppose this is zero awareness, 0% awareness. Please write here, I'm not writing the full word. This is 100% awareness. Yeah. At 0% awareness, does this table, which is non-living, have any awareness? It's 0%, correct? So we can say Prakriti is 0% awareness. This is simple. Yeah? Can we say Purusha, when it comes to 100% awareness, this is Adi Yagna. Or understanding your Swabhava. Same. Yeah? When this Purusha starts moving down, you come to 0. Now you tell me, when does your Purusha or Chetana start moving down? In what What examples can you give me? When totally your mind is clouded with sex, what happens? Yeah, your energy starts focusing towards the lower chakras. You become less and less aware. You become more and more clouded in your vasana. So the energy starts moving down. You almost become like Prakriti. Right. Yeah. Sex was just an example. Yeah. Suppose you drink alcohol. What does alcohol do to you?
It reduces your awareness.
Perfect. Alcohol is the best example. Have you seen how unaware you become? Yeah. Or even if you don't drink, you see in movies, you see in other people. Yeah, they become unaware. Yes. The reason people drink alcohol is to become unaware actually. They are so unhappy with their current state of affairs. They want to block that dukkha of. The need to block that dukkha of drives the chetana towards that bottle of whatever, rum, beer, whatever, liquor.
But then people say they're drinking recreationally, like just to kind of,
You know where that is heading.
If you think about it, the point where they're thinking they're happy is a level of unawareness. They're moving away from that state.
They're moving away, they're moving towards this 0%. Are you seeing this?
so, but why would a person want to move towards 0%?
Because the feeling of blocking this dukkha, yeah, this temporary blocking of the current dukkha gives you a sense of, okay, I'm not there. But you are there. You have to face that world, the people, whatever, the family, the job, the career, wherever you are. That is. Yeah.
I think it's a perverted form of surrender where you want to step away from your ego. It's a way of wanting to step away from who you are temporarily.
Escapism.
Escapism. True.
No, but I don't think you step away from ego because
It's a perverted form. You're trying to without knowing it.
you know, if someone is drunk or someone is drinking or whatever, and you kind of pinch their ego, they get so mad.
Yeah, because then, okay, what does anger do? Getting mad is getting angry. Everybody gets angry, okay? All of you don't drink, but all of you get angry. What does anger do to you?
You lose awareness.
Perfect. You lose awareness.
There's that phrase, no? Blind with anger.
Huh. And you say things. Later on, when you come back to your senses, you say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Means what? Awareness had gone down. Yeah? A person who is 100% aware, he is very high. Got it? He is closer to the Purusha. The person who is lower on awareness is towards Prakriti. Yeah? I just give you very loud examples of anger and alcohol and sex because this makes sense.
It could be happiness too, right? When you're very exuberant, you're unaware of what's happening around you.
Yes. Why is that happiness? Because I feel this award that I got. Oh, I got an award, Employee of the Month or whatever. Yeah. I climb onto this big cloud of I am great. I am something. Others are not so great. And then my expression of happiness is again holding on to that ego, and then you do many things in that unawareness. You hurt other people. You say, see, I got, you didn't get. In your own way you do it.
I'm better than you.
I'm better than you. Yeah. So recognize this name, fame, whatever, little things. Even basic struggle in relationships. Now come to subtler examples. There is struggles between every two individuals who are together, not just husband, wife, mother, daughter, father, son. Yeah, even two friends. Even two friends just want to come and sit together. At a very subtle level, there is an undercurrent to prove I am better than you, or I am happier than you, I have more money than you. Something, some weird kind of an undercurrent is there. I have more jnana. There is something the ego wants to prove. Have you noticed that? You have to see where you are. You could be at 0%, you could be at 5%, 10%, 20% when you are lost in unawareness. Yeah? So you recognize only you can help yourself. Nobody can help you. Yeah, if you're bound to fool yourself, then to you're number one fool of the planet. I told you that. Yeah, number one. Somewhere you became number one, chalo. Yeah, so stop fooling yourself. Especially when you're fooling yourself, the others can see it through and through. It's apparent. Yeah. So forget about others also. Here, observe where is my awareness on this graph. Yeah. So
would it be described as body consciousness? If you have body and mind consciousness, then you're pulling towards Prakriti. For example, drinking the pleasure of the body and the mind. What's your soul consciousness? Anything that is a short-term pleasure of the body and mind pulls you down towards that.
perfect. Bullseye, Ranji. Did you get it? He's saying anything that you do for body or mind pulls you down. Anything you do for the soul pulls you up. Beautiful. Perfect summary.
This feels like it also directly corresponds to the chakra and the prana level, right?
Absolutely.
So that vertical thing.
Yes. So actually this thing.
Yeah, this could actually become a vertical
Yeah, so-
that directly corresponds.
So a little bitter news for the people who could not do the process. Why you did not have an experience is because somewhere the prana is low. Those who had a good experience and could take the energy up, somewhere the prana is high. It's not already at 100%, but it's going in the right direction. Yeah, it's a proof that you give to yourself just by doing this process. Are your channels open? Yeah. Now, very beautiful science. We're going to talk about it. You can observe at what level which chakra is blocked. I'm not getting my energy higher than this chakra. Oh, I'm blocked here. Yeah. Maximum people are blocked at the sex chakra. Yeah. Initially on the path. That big obstacle, once you cross, really pat yourself on the back. Very few people manage to cross that. Yeah. Then there are very minute things after that. Jealousy, greed, hatred. He has more, she has more. These are easier things to cross. Why sex is the most difficult?
That is the basic we have been observing from Janma.
Lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, you kept doing that.
Deepest impression.
Yeah. Deepest impression, deepest chap. Yeah. So it is the most difficult to move through. The moment you've gone through that, great. Yeah. Biggest obstacle is done. Now you can move even faster after that. Then it's small things. Yeah, and you know what emotion is there? Navel? Jealousy, greed. Yeah. The positive is joy, generosity. Come here. Hatred and fear is negative. Many people get stuck in fear. Yeah. You'll observe you can bring your energy till here and it's not going higher. Yeah. Fear, big problem. Yeah. Hatred is still a lesser of the two evils. What is the only fear Guruji says? Death. Yeah. Death is the only fear. Why?
Again, the deepest impression. So many times first.
You never come to know when you're dying. I've told you that. So it's not an impression.
Because we have so much attachment to this body.
Attachment to the body is equal to fear of death. You don't know that you are attached to this body. You think, no, I don't care about me, but I care about my child, this person, that person. Arey, attachment to body only it is. That person is attached to this body, no?
My child.
My is this body only. Got it? You recognize this. Then the energy gets stuck here. Doesn't move up. Yeah? Some people are very miserable or make themselves miserable. They are stuck here. They can't move up. Yeah? This is bad, that is bad, this is bad. Nothing is good in my life. See, she is happy. See, he is happy.
What is thought? What?
Grief?
Grief and happy. Happy.
Grief turns around to gratitude. So grief में lot of people are at court. Yeah, it might not be grief of not the show of grief, but a negative attitude towards life, nakaratmak attitude. This is not going to work. Miserable person, the person who starts with a no, this will not work. Miserable person. Yeah, then logically you just explain to the person it's positive. Just have a positive attitude. Yeah, even if it is moving one chair from this room to that room. No, this won't work. What won't work? See, I'll do it and show you. Then they are convinced it works.
Ouch.
I just picked on him.
Does it correct?
You said evil is greed and jealousy.
We've done this now, guys. What is it? What are the 7 chakras? Base of the spine. Huh. So inertia turns to enthusiasm at the base of the spine. Then at the sex chakra, genitals,
Creativity.
lust turns to
Procreation.
procreation or creativity. Then come up, navel, greed and jealousy turns to joy and generosity. Come to the heart chakra, fear and hatred turns to
Love.
love. Come to the throat,
Grief and gratitude.
grief turns to gratitude. Come here,
Anger.
anger turns to awareness. Yeah, and top of the head is just bliss. Okay. Now, what is turning?
The same energy.
What is that energy?
Prana.
Awareness is turning. Awareness is equal to Chetana. Yeah? I'll give a simple example. Imagine awareness like a force which moves in one direction. First, the force moves and then the sense follows behind it. Yeah, it's 11 in the night, 11:30 in the night. Intellect says, I should sleep. It's late. Yeah. Inside you, there is a force that says, one more episode of that. Yeah. Then the eyes don't want to keep awake, but still keep awake and watch that one episode. Yeah. When you say, bus, only 10 minutes of this, not the full 1 hour episode. What happens? That Chetana suddenly turned in. Then the eyes closed. Are you getting this? This is very subtle. It can go totally like that. If you are really observant of your entire body and your mind, you will understand how it happens. First, the Chetana says, I should drink water, I'm feeling thirsty. Yes? Then you move towards it and pick up the water. Yeah? The Chetana goes first, then the sense follows. Yeah? What creates the desire to go there?
First.
I'm going one level deeper from Chetana now. I am thirsty is equal to what?
A want.
Does it come as a thought first? Language was created for communication externally, guys. You don't need to communicate with yourself internally.
There is some feeling of it. There is some feeling of it.
Perfect. Sensation. First, there is a sensation. Sensation drives the Chetana, yeah, with a desire towards the water. Pick up the water, drink. Yeah. If I decide, no, it's okay if I don't have it now. There's not enough time to reach out to the bottle. Chetana turns in. Are you getting this? It's very subtle. Either you get it or you don't get it. It's just bookish knowledge for you then.
So the Chetana turns in when you have the thought. So the thought, somewhere,
Okay, let me
kind of say
clarify
that
this.
no, not now.
If when you're born, baby Jayashree is taken and put into the jungle, would baby Jayashree know any language? How would you talk to yourself? Where did the thought come from? Basic use of language is for what?
Communication.
Communication with each other. Is it for communicating with myself? Have you ever thought about this? Unnecessary dialogue goes on inside. Unnecessary dialogue is equal to thought. You do not need a thought to tell you are thirsty. You do not need a thought to tell you now there is hunger. You do not need a thought to tell you that there is now sexual energy coming up. You do not need a thought to tell you that now you need to go to the loo. You do not need a thought to tell you that you are experiencing expansion because of love. You do not need a thought to tell you you're feeling a contraction because of sense of lack or misery. Are you getting this?
Yes.
Yeah. This unnecessary dialogue that I start with myself is equal to stress. It is not required. So first of all, to clear your basics, language is for external communication. If you were like Tarzan in the jungle, you would not need language. You would not know language. Are you getting it? Language is external. Yeah? Swabhava is internal. Yeah? So now we go back to our discussion.
One question. So when we have that sensation, sometimes like we have sensation to do something. So at that time, like multiple things we want, like Guruji was explaining this, that. Where does the mind get involved? I mean, once we got the sensation, then we want to do multiple things. Is the mind involved at that point, or it's still the sensation driving us?
No. First, the sensation will be what the natural thing is required. The mind comes up with stuff from the memory. Yeah. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do this. No, but I have to go to the loo. I'm not listening to the natural sensation. Don't you do this? Yeah. This is unnecessary. Yeah. So basic. What is the first thing that happens? Sensation. Then after sensation, what happens?
Action.
Huh?
Action.
नहीं, action बहुत दूर है. That sensation propels your awareness in that direction. If it is hunger, yeah, it is nothing but Agni increasing in your tattvas. What are you made up of? How many elements? What are they? Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. What happens when I'm hungry? Agni starts. Air, the fire starts in me. Yeah, that is just pure sensation. My awareness, Chetana, goes to that sensation. Yeah. Then, obviously, it's hungry. The Chetana goes towards the thought of food. It's still not thought in words. It's food. If you were an animal or you lived in a jungle, even if there was no language, animal does not think food. Yeah, the Chetana moves outside looking for another squirrel or goat or rabbit to hunt. That's it. Yeah, Chetana moves outside. Yes, and then we add words, we add intellect, we mess up the whole thing. This Chetana can be turned inwards.
Which is where the choicelessness, right?
Exactly. That is the problem. When the moment I have come out and intellect and memory and all my ragas and dveshas come in, the confusion begins. Now, the skill is amidst this confusion, I recognize that I have to turn my Chetana back inwards. This will prevent you from creating chaos in the moment of anger. Yeah? In the moment of sexual energy coming up and you just jumping in, yeah? You can just observe, turn it in. Yeah? In the moment of confusion, lack of clarity in life, you cannot take a decision. Yeah? Observe. I cannot take the decision because of this entire drama outside. Let me turn that Chetana within. Beyond a certain point, only thoughts and everything, all that drama comes. When I move the Chetana back to that sensation, back to who I am, yeah, I will move from Chittakasha to Chidakasha. बहुत complicated था? पक्का?
Ekta ji, there is a question on Hangout.
हाँ.
Once we have crossed any one chakra, can we come back again to that chakra and get stuck?
You mean cross?
Let's say you let go of it.
Overcome.
Yeah.
You've overcome the sex thing, and then, yeah, see, if you become clean, you have a bath, you wear white clothes, but then again go and play in the mud, you become dirty, no? You have to maintain your purity. Awareness is required constant. You cannot say, oh, once I attain 100% awareness, then I can do what I want. No. It's constant, moment to 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 moment till eternity. Yes?
So in this one, like the simple examples that you gave, that you have the sensation for thirst, and then the Chetana drives you to drink water.
Yeah.
So basically what it is, you drink the water and that finishes your sensation, and then
That's good.
and same thing for hunger. So like for sex and other things, like you don't do those things and move your Chetana inwards.
Back in, yes. So then I can have a sensation of hatred, fire towards somebody who just said something bad. Yeah, the first thing that comes is that big fire like an Agni, which pinches me and burns me inside almost to the point where I feel like hitting or becoming violent. This is also still not in words. It's just a sensation which pushes me. I want to get rid of the heat. Yeah. Then my awareness or Chetana gets directed towards that person. You said something, that is why I got angry. No, mistake. I got angry because of the Agni that went up. Turn this Chetana within. It's not the sense object. It's not the sense of sight or sound, whatever. Maybe he said something, so sense of sound was my problem. You turn the Chetana within and observe this Agni. Just by observing, this Agni becomes quiet. How? How by observing can it become quiet?
Turning into positive.
Yeah, how? That's not the answer. When you turn the Chetana back in,
Your
and keep
awareness
observing.
increases to yourself.
Ekta ji,
Awareness increases, then what? How does the Agni go?
yeah, Ekta ji. Yeah, what happens like when the fire element comes up, we try to indulge in that thoughts, and that is how we give fire to that situation.
Okay, perfect.
So once we stop indulging in that thoughts, then automatically that fire element drops off.
Okay. Now if you are an animal in the jungle, yeah, and you see a lion coming towards you, you're a small animal. What happens? Fear. Is that a thought?
It's a sensation, feeling.
It's that sensation inside. Yeah, that fear in the animal. There is no thought. There is just a sensation. The Chetana goes towards the lion and he's looking for ways to hide or do whatever after that. Why? Because the focus was outside. Yeah? Okay, there's really a lion there, but there's no lion in your life. You make up this big lion. Fear of death, fear of poverty, fear of what that person will say, what fear of this person. There's really no lion there. Yeah? You turn the Chetana inwards. Observe. Yeah? Which element is fear?
And
What happens in fear?
we shake.
You shake and
Air and fire.
Air.
You want to escape.
You want to
and
run away.
Okay. We
What
have
happens
sound.
when you have a candle lit and you have air coming, and what happens to the fire?
Sorry, all the 5 elements create like side.
The fire wants to stay.
Yeah.
The air wants
Put it
to
off.
put it off. There is a struggle happening. That struggle is the same struggle which will happen in fear. Fright, flight, fright, flight, fright, flight. Getting it? Fire, air, fire, air, fire, air, fright, flight. Are you getting it? Yeah? This is what happens inside in fear. Yes? Just observe the sensation, observe, 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 observe. Back to the same question. By observing, how will it go away?
I mean, this is my understanding. Like, for example, you're hungry, and after some time the hunger drops. It's because it has some expiry date kind of thing.
Beautiful. Everything is perfect. Everything is temporary. What is Prakriti? Earth plus water plus fire plus ether plus air. Correct? Combination of this. Does the combination stay static all the time? It's constantly changing, constantly changing, constantly changing, constantly in motion. So inside me there is earth, water, fire, ether, air. It is constantly in motion, constantly changing. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes? That is why when I turn my Chetana inwards and observe that fire, just observe, observe, observe. Janne wala hi hai. Because I am not adding fuel to the fire. Somebody answered, I keep adding fuel to the fire. What was the fuel?
Thoughts.
The thoughts. Yeah. I stopped adding the fuel to the fire and just turned my Chetana within. And what started happening? With the awareness constantly on the fire and no fuel, slowly, slowly, slowly this fire goes off.
Sensation will be negative or positive.
Of course. I'm saying, examples there. Yeah,
So
it
the
can be
reason-
positive also.
So the reason for sensation is a different combination of these 5 elements.
Absolutely. Bullseye. Very few people get this. What am I? What is this full body?
Combination.
That's it. All atoms. Every little atom is what? Electron, proton, neutron. Yeah. You can break that also into subatomic particles. Yeah. In our Shastras, it is said the smallest unit, yeah, is one kalpa. That can be broken into just earth, water, fire, air. That's all you are. And you are so many of them, the subatomic particles together. You're constantly changing, constantly changing, constantly changing. Nothing is permanent. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. Yeah? Change is the only permanent truth. There is nothing else that is higher than this truth. If you get this, you get it all. Yeah, that is why after that big bout of anger and that nonsense that you speak, your mind changes. Yeah, because all these earth, water, fire element turned around. Yeah, all that heat is gone, anger has gone. Yeah, all the fire has gone. Now you're full of water and you're full of regret. Oh, wish I had not opened my mouth that time. Getting it? Clear?
Right, so I understand that if you observe objectively the sensation, then it will pass, but you don't know the timeline. I mean, every sensation has a different timeline, right? But can you catalyze the process by a more tangible or physical addition? So, for example, if you have the fire sensation, or if you have heat, can you drink a lot of water?
Absolutely, you do different things. No, all this has been mentioned in Patanjali. Yeah, lots of sexual energy. Take a cold water shower twice a day. So many things were there in Patanjali. Different things have been pronounced already. Yes, go back to Patanjali. Everything is there. Lots of solutions have been given. Yeah, there is lots of fire. You observe. Yeah, if you're a high pitta person, all the time there'll be fire. You're always hungry. You always want to eat. Have you noticed? Very high metabolic rate in scientific language. Yeah, means the fire element is dominant in you. Every person has different elements that are dominant. Got it? Yeah.
So if we were to just like write a flow chart, so the sensation comes first, then your chetna goes towards that sensation, then the chetna goes from the sensation to the external
sense object.
And that is when you get lost.
Exactly. Okay. Because thoughts come in. The moment my chetna moves out from my realm of chidakasha into chitakasha, first thoughts come. Yeah. Then I move to bhutakasha. That is clear?
Yes. And after that, if you have to, when you say the chetna comes in, the way I understand it, the first process would be to bring it to the sensation.
Yes. Just turn it in and directly observe what's happening.
But it was a two-step going out process where it went to the sensation outside. So first you bring it to the sensation and then you bring it back to where it belongs. Or
that sensation itself is good enough. If you can just focus on the sensation, thoughts will drop. All the emotional drama will drop because the fire starts dying. I am not going to add a thought here. I'm just going to observe pure sensation.
And coming back to Mohit's question, so when we are actually trying to do something externally, like still a Prakriti-based solution to this dowsing of sensation, it's still a sort of a crutch. Eventually you want to reach a state where you can observe and let the fire douse than use something Prakriti-based.
Absolutely. So somebody like us will have this entire process from here to here and back. Somebody like Gurudev is always established in Chidakasha. He doesn't even have to do this whole drama of going out and coming back in. That's when you have become the master of your Chetana, awareness. Got it?
So like with a simple example of being thirsty and drinking water, the sensation comes up, we recognize it, the awareness comes next, we go internal. Then with that awareness we drink the water. Is that the connection?
So sweet, yeah. I just gave you that example because it helps you understand better. Yeah. This understanding how the Chetna goes out and how it comes in is a very sukshma thing, very subtle. You either get it or you don't. That is why I gave you that example. You drink water. That is what is called spontaneous action by Ashtavakra. Yeah? Wherever you observe, this is not a spontaneous action, but it is because he said something, she said something, or I want this from her, I want this from him. This is not spontaneous. Right. That also creates a sensation. But where did it really come from? Chittakasha. Yeah, observing that is very important. Yeah, for that what is required? More than awareness?
Courage.
Okay, courage. Courage के पहले क्या चाहिए to even recognize
practice.
Viveka. Entire spiritual exercise or this entire spiritual studies is what? Is like sharpening of the Viveka. Yeah, because the mind fools you, oh, this is right, this is not wrong. You're doing it for the good. But actually you're doing it for selfish reasons and the mind covers up. Yeah? When your Viveka is really sharp and strong, this fooling of your own self stops happening. Got it? Yeah? Slowly Viveka tells you, oh, this is a spontaneous action. Spontaneous does not mean just what the body is saying. Yeah? Spontaneous is also this situation demands this of me. Yeah, nothing to do with my body. This situation demands me to drop the slides and explain this. right now on a chart. I get up, do my job and be done. No attachment that you should understand or you should appreciate, yeah, or whatever. You should thank. All these are attachments I attach to the action I do. Now I'm giving you my example. You put it in yours. Every little thing you do, you attach an expectation with it. Mother loves a son. Son should love me back. Son should listen to me. Son doesn't listen. What does the mother say? I don't want to talk to you. Badtameez. Nonsense. I don't like you. Finished. That is not love. Business you're doing. Bitter truth, but truth. You don't really love your son.
Spontaneity can be termed as pure action.
Pure. Just pure. That's where I don't create any karma. Yeah? Clear? Ashtavakra?
Just sometimes, even if you have a sensation, sometimes you don't know what's bothering you until you're able to let that sensation manifest at the thought level. But it's like you have a sound in your attic, and it's just, there's always a sound in your attic, and you don't know what it is. And then finally, being able to identify that it's a mouse helps to rid of the problem, right?
Yes.
Versus something just like, change in your pocket.
I can take your example back to if Mohit was in a jungle and there were no thoughts, there was no language.
But a caveman life is not a good life.
Well, they're happier.
Are they?
They're happier. They're very simple. We
Just
have
read a book,
complicated.
that's
We have complicated a lot with thoughts. Language is not required internally. It is a tool to be used externally. See that language has become your boss and you become the slave.
But language is not thoughts, right?
You start talking to yourself, you speak in a language, right?
Yeah, you don't have to know a language to talk to yourself, right?
That's what. The talking is not required. Talking equals to stress. Just being. This is the biggest struggle, no? That is why humans need jnana, no? Animals don't need the jnana. Why? Because we have added on the extra drama in our life. Entire process of spirituality is to separate that drama. And only I can do it. Nobody can help me. Remember this. If you don't even have the willingness to step into the swimming pool, all your life you're going to stand outside. Beautiful swimming pool, blue color, lovely tiles. One day I will swim, one day I will swim. One day you will kick the bucket and you will never get into the swimming pool.
Maybe you became a frog and became
But coming back to this constant narration, that constant dialogue that we have, what I found a good analogy for that is, I'm a very slow reader. So if I have to read anything, my eyes will see it, and there's this dialogue will say, oh, Adibhut, and then I'll be like, oh, this is Adibhut. It's something is actually explaining me that this is Adibhut. But when you are driving, you don't say stop. Okay, then I'll stop. You just look and stop.
Correct.
So there is, we have that capability, but we just are not aware that we are using it at some times and we are not using it at others.
Perfect. Did you get that? No, before we go ahead, did you get that?
That's instinct, right?
No,
It's not instinct.
No, you see a stop sign, not a red sign. You see stop, turn right.
Instinctually, you put your brakes, like the
You
brakes.
saw the sign, you read it, you understood what stop meant, and that's why the command went to the leg to stop.
Intellect is working, guys. You do not need your mind. Mind is unnecessary yap. And when that yap goes on for a very long time, that's when you say, oh, I'm stressed. That's when you go to the doctor and take your whatever anti-stress pills.
From the stop sign to your command going in, there's no desire in between. Whereas all the others, there is something in between.
No,
I don't.
Okay, that's good. It's good he starts that way. At least he understands it some way.
Yeah.
Understand it some way. This is really perfect example. Yeah, no thought is required. Even sometimes you just feel the urge to go to the loo, you go to the loo. You don't say, I have to go to the loo. You're not teaching yourself, right? Yeah, very automatically you just get up, go, come back. You might be still doing other things and you manage on the way, do your multitasking thing. Yes? So recognize these thoughts are not required. When I am too much in thoughts, you will have thoughts even while moving your energy through the chakras and going up. What's the point? You're still in Chittakasha. You are still not coming to Chidakasha. Are you getting this? You're spoiling the silence for yourself. Understanding this is a prerequisite. Clear? Yeah? Adibhut clear? Adidaiva clear? Adi Yajna clear? Yeah? They are the principles that rule this Akasha. Principles that run Prakriti or Purusha. Or the Swabhava of Brahman itself is Adi Yajna. Yeah?